All right, we now move to the Group A category, qualifying round number 4. First out onto the track will be Shane Travers. Luigi. The man who was a navigator who has now become a driver. Number 2 navigator in the world in the Group B category, now wanting to stamp his authority in Group A. Wants to firstly upset the old man and secondly upset the rest of the competitors in this class. Hannah Berry doing the navigational duties. Or Shane, really big back off there, but I tell you, for a man who has been sitting in the silly seat for a number of years, he's doing a fantastic job here this weekend. Into the fast part of the course, just keeping that radius nice, the flow very, very nice indeed. Certainly emulating the driving style of his old man, there is no doubt about that at all. This boat just sitting absolutely beautifully, which is why it is number 2 in the world in this class. So the radioactive machine with Shane Travers pushing towards the line, and it is a 57.95857.958. So he has gone some 4 seconds quicker than his previous best time. Great run, Shane Travers. Super Mario, his old man there, Ross Travers, not getting too excited about the whole thing, but I'm sure being quietly proud. And this is what you find with father and son teams over the years. The dad drives and then gives the keys to the son, and we've seen it right around the world. Usually the first race meeting, dad's proud. Second race meeting, dad's proud. Third race meeting, the son beats the dad. The dad's no longer proud. The dad is angry, and problems occur in the household. So we'll keep an eye on that. All right, it is Adrenaline now. Greg Reardon and Dawn Herb. The finance lady, New Plymouth, the Wills Construction, Inglewood Engine Works, the L98 6-litre Chev. They've moved up into the Group A category. So the motorcycle mechanic out of Inglewood, Dawn Herb, that checkout chick. Well, just got off the gas very nicely. Wow, so close to the apex of the grass on that hairpin turn, on the Mouthfresh hairpin, and got away with it. Now as they go through the nut, ease into this right-hander, open it up. You can just keep that constant radius flow, we'll just maintain the boat speed. The 43.904 is the split. That's pretty tidy. That is the best split that Greg Reardon has posted so far today. Oh, really don't know what he was doing there. Really opening up that apex. Not sure that additional wheel input is beneficial at all, but it's a 60.271. 60.271 there for Greg Reardon. So I think that they will be reasonably happy with that. That's his fastest time of the day by I don't know, 0.1, 0.13. It's been pretty close. I don't know. It's all too hard. I've got a whole heap of geniuses up here trying to help me. Nobody's got a calculator and everybody's absolutely having a guess. Nobody knows. Don't talk to me unless you know. All right. We are out racing with Dean Riddick and Aaron Riddick. Oh, he's got himself all crossed up out there. The business owner and photographer from Hot Property really gave us a good look at the underneath of that Stinger hull. Yeah, I'll tell you what, as young Blake just mentioned to me, Hot Property is only off the property. So plenty of sponsors on board for these guys. Merit RV, The Quest, New Plymouth, Dennis Wheeler Earth Moving, Open to View, Taranaki, ECR, Taranaki Tool Hire. The split is pretty good at the 42.295. Obviously they lost a fair bit of time out of the first right-hander. About Image as well, Classic Carpets, Flooring Extra, Now in the run for the line, all tight into that apex at a 57.635, straight to the top of the table, and 0.3 quicker than the time that Shane Travers wrote there or drove there. So Telford Young Taranaki, Company of Tiles, Crowded House Bar and Cafe, Riddick Electrical, ABN Elbin Building Taranaki. So these guys are certainly not shy of sponsors, and great to see so many sponsors getting on board this team from the Naki. A bit disappointing we're not going to see Tony Reid. Phil Dick should be out next. Interesting to see. No, it won't be. Can't see Phil Dick at all. So it's Clayton Tisdale from Shelterview into South Island. The self-employed excavator operator, Mandy Tisdale, his wife, the school teachers, the Get Inside a Boat, Tisdale Contracting, South Buells, Advanced Quip New Zealand, Case and Orgator. I'll tell you, Clayton really has this track direction on a string at the moment, and of course that is assisted in a great magnitude by his wife.
KV, I'm down here watching what's going on from the deep end at the ramp, and I'm getting up with some ramp goals, who's still in it and who's binned it and who's going to carry on to win it. So I'll bring you up to speed with some of that as we go to a quarter pad.
Yeah, no worries at all, mate. Look forward to hearing from that. Clayton and Mandy looking really good out here at the moment. This final run for the line around this right-hand sweep, but plenty of pace through there, and it's a 55.091, and they are 2.6 seconds quicker than the time that Dean Riddick posted. And just having a look down here. And
nothing wrong with that, was there? That was very tidy.
That's absolutely their quickest time of the day by about 0.25. So
I managed to catch up with Peter House talking about the rotor boat and the big blow-on belt. I've actually brought the belt up there to show you. So if you have a look up there on the cameraman out there beside you down in the corner, the belt is there hanging over the rubbish bin, KV, beside you. So that is torn to shreds, that belt. That is 1,200 horsepower that just ripped it up like a little shoe can. So KV's pointing it, and he's one of the boys are going to go and grab it for you.
Yeah, I've got my headphones on, which means I'm a little bit restricted as we see Neil, Big Deal Marshall, Eagle Automotive. We saw this bloke break we saw this bloke break a reverse bucket actuator or ram during the earlier in the day. He was lucky enough to get off the accelerator and not completely bury that boat. And having a look at the belt that has come off the motorboat, and it has absolutely stripped all the teeth off it. There is nothing there to assist, so that is what has caused the rotorboat a few problems, no doubt about that. Geez, that's an absolute cracker, Leighton. Not something those guys want to be putting up on their wall.
No, mate, but I'll tell you what, Neil Big Deal Marshall is just absolutely ripping this course up here. This is a blinding run. I haven't seen the split times, but he's coming through to the finish now. What are we looking at?
Yeah, this is going to be pretty good. It's going to be the 53.732 straight to the top.
Top of the table.
Yeah, and that's 1.3 seconds quicker than the time that Clayton Tisdale put down. So Neil Marshall and Jay Hayden will be wrapped with that run.
53 seconds. I'm pretty sure they'll be very, very happy. I've got their man right beside me, the boat bitch. We will call him Junior Puna. He's storming down with a smile bigger than your shoes on. Here's the next Naki team coming out. The Ricinator, Elite Kitchens, Sean and Faye Rice. We saw the jet plane earlier, and let's have a look at the Monster Energy jet plane. As he lets it rip.
Yeah, been so impressed with this guy. It's his second season in Jetsprinting, the brand new package. He came out of the sprint car scene here in New Zealand, launched himself onto the world scene in Jetsprinting in Australia over 2 months ago. Had a very ordinary run, a wrong way in the qualifying sudden death eliminations. And the first round of the Worlds in Keith, South Australia. The second round of the Worlds up in Camarita Beach did a fantastic job. And they've been just moving forward and forward, this pair from New Plymouth. The splits are cracker, sub 40, 39.358.
That looks a cracking run so far, mate. I'm looking at the split, and it is a cracker. We've got the Naki race on here at the moment. If we compare those splits, what's the finish like, mate?
Oh, the 53.877, Neil Marshall 0.04. 5, I think it is, quicker than Sean Rice. So
I've got Neil Marshall getting out of his boat right now, mate. I'm going to have a bit of a yak with him, so let's just see. I'll let him know he's 0.8 on his mate.
yeah, about that, because my calculations aren't real good. So it's about 0.8, 0.1, something like that. I don't know.
Okay, well, here he comes. He's just getting out of the seat. I can see him now. Hopefully we'll get a bit of a clean air between him and Cy Gibbon, Shashi Crack, heading on out. So I'll grab Neil. We'll talk to Big Deal and see what he has got to say about it. But as for Skype status, he's certainly winning the Naki one. Is Novus going to have a Blovis out of the water?
What we might do, mate, is we'll just watch Cy Gibbon have a run first, because he has been absolutely on fire right from the outset today. Donna Thompson doing the navigational duties, and Cy Gibbon in this Novus Auto Class machine from North Canterbury down there on the South Island has been just oh, the boat, no! We talked them up and they've spat it out. The boat hit a massive crosswash coming down the far side of the track, and that caused all sorts of problems. We'll have a look at the replay. Let's have a look at the replay before you go to Neil there, Leighton. And we've just got Cy Gibbon just getting around the first couple of turns there. Now going into this left-hander, and you'll have a look at watching the crosswash feed between the two islands up the chute from the crowd side. See the crosswash there? The boat just gets all of a sudden really dippy in there. Not too sure, maybe even something going on with the reverse bucket. It was just strange. Hey, listen, Leighton, you're down there with Big Deal. Let's have a chat to him.
Mate, we've got Neil Big Deal Marshall down here, and he's got a bit of a grin on. We saw that reverse bucket let go on you earlier and do the submarine, but mate, tell us about that run you just did. That looked cracker.
Yeah, we're still trying to catch up to the couple of fellas at the front, but yeah, we keep on trying different things, pushing harder. There's still probably a little bit more time in it, but yeah, it's a fine line out there, isn't it?
Oh, I tell you, if you look between Sean Rice, he just went out in front of you. I mean, he put down a quick. He's got a fast package, as you know, and you've got a good 0.6 of a second on him. And of course, Cy Gibbon, who we know is a hard charger, he showed us a bit more in his crack just then. He did the whole show underneath the crack. So I tell you what. Let's see how it hots up. We've still, as we know, got Ross Travers, Ollie, Silverton still to come. But what's your pick? Where do you see yourself?
I'm really just trying to get onto the podium, really. Top 3. That'd be awesome for me today.
Okay. All right, mate. We're going to, fingers crossed, we're all behind you. Been a fellow Nakiite now, so obviously we want to see you up there. So keep up the good work, and well done on that repair after the reverse bucket.
Yep, cheers, mate.
All right, so well done. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like Cy Gibbon and Donna Thompson are out of the boat. Give them a huge round of applause. All right, hey, Leighton, there's one for you. You'll have to definitely grab hold of Cy. It looked just so weird. It was sort of like a crosswash that you shouldn't really expect that kind of outcome. So wondering if something more went on with that particular run there. But then all of a sudden that unsettled the boat that much. The bow went right down, and then he's turned too early. We saw the outcome. So you'll have to grab hold of those guys after we effect the rescue.
I'll tell you what, mate, the good news is I actually booked an interview with Cy Gibbon before he went out. I don't know if he's that keen to come and see me but after that, but I said, look, we could do with a chat and tell us how the day's going, but I don't know, if you watch the replays, it's not going too flash.
No, don't worry about that, mate. Just jam the microphone in front of his face, and if he talks, that's good. If he swears, backhand him.
Is now a good time?
Yeah, absolutely. Any time's a good time, mate. You know, you must always respect the man with a microphone, because if you don't, just remember that we can rip you apart in 2.5 seconds.
Looking forward to seeing what he's got to say. Certainly it looked to me like a little bit of, I don't know, whether he had a problem with the steering or whatever. It's unlike Cy. He's a very smooth peddler. Coming down to that hairpin, he just got it all wrong. We saw Phil Dick, who went in pretty quick and made a bit of a mess of himself, and he's on the trailer parked up for the day in the same spot. So certainly the hairpin is starting to claim a few lives down there today. So let's hope Cy can get patched up and he can get over here and tell us whether he just ran out of talent or whether he just something went wrong inside the boat.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. But that hairpin always throws up plenty of challenges, and that's the beauty of it. You know, we've seen Uncle Tony, he had a bit of a problem in there, so it's cost a few people the rest of the day of racing. Let's hope that is not going to be the case for Cy Gibbon and Donna Thompson. Of course, Donna Thompson, normally we see her racing the two abreast boat. and she's been the navigator in the Novus Auto Glass from last year, and decided just to, well, she's just loving the navigational duties in this quick boat.
Oh, I tell you what, I can hear the fire in the bellies down here, and it looks like Ross Super Mario Travers. It could be Shane too, though, his son, so I'm just trying to have a good look inside and see. It does look like the plumper version, so it does look like Daddy Bear. I can confirm it is Super Mario, radioactive.
Geez, that was very nice, wasn't it, mate? The plumper version. They've just sort of filled him full of steroids like a Christmas turkey, have they?
He was telling me earlier he had a few problems. He blew a rocket cover gasket out, lost a bit of compression out of the engine with the vacuum pump. So he's done a few changes. Super Mario, he doesn't muck around. Let's see what he's got to chuck on the board.
Amanda Kiddo.
Can he knock the big deal Marshall off the podium?
Well, it's big deal at the top of the moment with a 53.723. So it's Ross Travers and Amanda Kiddo. Number 2 driver in the world in the Group A, number 3 navigator in the world in Unlimited. They're pairing together, so lots of experience, lots of runs on the board. Amanda Kiddo comes out of a Jetsprinting family from the Hawke's Bay way of the world. So certainly plenty of pedigree in the radioactive boat, remembering that this boat has a 1/4 inch smaller jet unit. So they do a wonderful job without that extra quarter. So it's a 39.389. And that is a little bit slower than the time that Neil Marshall posted at that split. So they're about 0.3 down on the time that Neil posted at that time. The finish there, 53.8, and Ross Travers into P2, 0.08 behind Ross, 0.08 quicker was Neil Marshall.
Well, that is tightening up, and of course we saw Sean Rice in that 53 zone as well. So I tell you what, I'm looking down here. Ollie Silverton, the new world champion, is revving the big PSP machine. He's backing it off, and he will be number 2. I'm still trying to get Cy Gibbons' attention. We will get him. I will not let him get away. Do not worry, fans. We will be back. We'll find out what happened to Show Us Your Crack.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Lasso him. You might. It'd be like trying to lasso a giraffe. The guy's about 6'9" on his knees.
He's pretending he can't see me at the moment.
Yeah, he'll do that. So it is reigning world champion, Ollie Silverton and Jess Sit, PSP, Clearview, GG Gardner Homes, Biolytic, sponsors are plenty, Magnum Automotive, Nudix Sheet Metals, and Ollie Silverton just seems to drive this boat like it's on rails. Jess Sit sitting very, very hard at the moment. No, he's not going too bad, I don't think.
Looks pretty good from here, mate. I can't see any time clocks, but it certainly looks quick.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. He's just getting quicker and quicker each lap. So across there with a 37.824. So he is about 1.2 seconds quicker at that split than the rest of the field. So that is a long way to catch up for those guys. Ollie Silverton, 51.968, straight to the top of the table, and roughly 2.2 seconds quicker than Neil Marshall. That is a phenomenal amount of time in this category. This
is what we saw at the World Series, KV. Ollie just seemed to be so far head and shoulders above everyone else, and he's certainly carrying on that form, or that what he did in Aussie is coming right here. The good news is I'm looking down, it looks like we've got Cy Gibbon coming over, and I've seen the boat fire up, so they have refired up the Novus boat. So he looks a little bit happier. That happy that he's got in his ute and he's now driving away. So maybe I will not get him. I'm not going to give up. I will get over there. Yeah, so he'll come up. We'll see him shortly. I'll come to you as soon as I get the interview from Cy.
Yeah, no worries at all, mate. Like we said, get down there, throw a Mouthfresh flag at him, do whatever he needs to do.
He's looking over here and now getting the shades. I think he wants the cool look. So maybe... Yep, I've got the shades on, we've got the cap on.
Hey, for all of you people at home that know Cy Gibbon and you're watching on the live stream, I don't know that you ever would have associated Cool and Cy Gibbon together.
He's quite a tall chap, and he's looking rather calm as he's making his way. Oops.